Yes, honestly, biggest issue right now, we just need to make the gameplay loop feel really fun. And like, we need to there needs to be an incentive to replaying, which is just making the game fun. We're definitely not there yet. That's problem number one, technically. Am I working on problem number one actively? Not necessarily. Problem number one requires a lot of work, like the quota rework and whatnot. Anyways, let's see if we can get this going today. Let's get this going right now. Also live on YouTube. Yes. Yes, I'm live on YouTube now. We give money for completion variable. Certain tasks like cleaning windows should reward the currency for completing it. Okay, so that would be in the core maintenance task blueprint. Where am I? Maintenance task actor. Yes. Currency reward. Yeah. Currency reward, I think, will be the thing. We'll put this in a category called rewards. This will be an integer. Okay. Today's the day I'm packaging up my games build. Please tell me you've been doing packaged builds periodically, though, Golden. You're not going to come across like 50 million errors suddenly, right? Please tell me you've been doing periodic. Also me. I haven't done a package build for this project in a while. Man, why is it that every actor has its own completion state? Am I stupid? Oh my god. Oh my god, they all have like their own thing. Am I out of my mind? Am I out of my mind? Ah. Yeah, you are. Ah. You're blues. What are you up to? Making games. We're working on some of the gameplay loop stuff right now. A little bit. I really should centralize the completion state into one whole area. I love how we have that completion state in the event tick. Do I think of game loops as game loop 1, 2, 3, or along those lines? I think of gameplay loop as one encompassing experience as a whole. You're checking it on event tick. Yeah, it's a bit stupid. But because it utilizes physics, we're kind of doing it on the event tick. Could probably put this in a timer, but alas. Starting the game to beating the game? No, I look at it as, for me, gameplay loop, I look at gameplay loop more so as, what is the player doing? and what is the experience while doing it. Not necessarily beginning, middle, and end. I feel like that would be more of like, I'd think of like the beginning, blah blah blah, all the things in the middle, and then the end. I'd look at that as there's probably a different word I would use for that specifically, but I look at gameplay loop as like, what is the player constantly doing over and over and over again? That's how I treat gameplay loop. At least in my way of treating the terminology. It's like, how is the player interacting with the game on a constant basis? Right now, it's like kind of boring at the moment. It's kind of boring. We're not there yet. You know what I mean? We're not there yet. Okay, so we'll put the rewarding currency. Reward currency has authority. We'll do awarded currency. Then we'll have to cast to game. I think it's the game state that has the currency. We don't have a function for adding currency. You've got to be pulling my leg. Are you pulling my leg? Past me? Are you stupid? How the hell were we awarding currency? If at all. Were we at all awarding currency? What? Please. We'll put this under gameplay. Yeah, I look at gameplay loop as more so that. What I would call the start, like when you start up the game, get in the game, blah, blah, blah. There's a different word for that, actually. And I think there's a term for that in software as well. Like the experience when you're going in a software and then doing things within the software. And I don't know what the word is for that. There's game loops of immediate gameplay, and other game loops can live above that. For example, getting perks and whatnot. Yeah, but then at that point, I feel like we're misusing the word if everything starts becoming game loop. The flux capacitor game loop. Layers, like a cake. Hold on, let me see this. There's a word for this. There's a word for this. Word for user experience in a software from beginning to end. User journey? End-to-end experience? What the fuck? What the fuck? I guess user journey? The player journey. Sure. Onboarding is more so the process of tutorialization and bringing a player into a game for the first time, rather than the experience from beginning to end. So, add currency. That's not amount. Whoopsies. User scamming. I don't know. I think it's yeah, for me, gameplay loop is important, like what the gameplay loop is. But for me, I think going even above that, looking at the entire experience for the player as a whole, I think is a good one. But for me, gameplay loop is more so like the moment-to-moment things that you do in the game, like how you interact with the game, what buttons you press, how that interacts with things in the game, how you work towards your goal, your overall goal in the game, I feel like would be part of the gameplay loop. It is the thing that you do constantly in the game. So now we can do add currency, and then we can do currency reward, and then we can do, and then we can, and then we can, and then we can, and then, where's the window? Window cleaning. Server, set completed state. Reward currency. So we'll reward currency. Let's make sure we specify how much currency you would get for completing this task. I'm thinking you would get 3. 3 currency for cleaning a window. You get $3. All right, let's test this out. Where's the train? All right, I need to find a sponge. Actually, no, I can spawn a sponge in. Let's spawn item cleaning sponge. Aha! Then let's speed up time, and hopefully we can find a bunch of dirty windows that we can clean. Muddy windows. Okay. I made a mistake. I stepped into the steam and died. And because the slow-mo speed was 15x, I died very quickly before I could react. Whoops. Some might say I'm a little dumb. I would agree with them. Oh, there's the rats. Okay, let's not die to the steam this time. That guy ran into the box. He literally just ran into it, and I think hurt himself. Alright, let's see if we can find some dirty windows to clean. Oh, hey, look at that. So, we have $0 currently. When we clean this, there are even rats in here. We should get $3. We got $3. Hell yeah. Another $3. We're farming money. Alright, cool. That works. Task done, baby. Kind of. We should really be centralizing all of the completed task state stuff. We haven't done that. I am a rat. Yeah. Why is it getting larger? Every time you grab onto something, it becomes slightly closer, so if you keep spamming it, it gets closer and closer by accident. There's a little issue in our distance calculation. It's not exactly correct. Can you add an achievement for that? Pet the rat. All right, but if we add an achievement for petting the rat, we also got to add an achievement for throwing a bomb at a rat. Okay. Yeah, boy, that's fucked up. But such is life. All right, it's a fucked up world. They really just witnessed their friends die. I feel like when we're looking at something specifically, it should specifically zoom at the thing that we're specifically looking at. You know what I mean? Cook the rat? That's what the propane stovetop is going to be for. When you place a rat on top of this, it's going to turn on. Should I continue? Basically, the stovetop will turn on when you place anything on top of it, and ideally we'll have a cook state for everything. By the way, in Super Fire, if an enemy dies by a grenade, you'll get the achievement for kicking a grenade back at an enemy, killing them. Even if you didn't kick the grenade at all. Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's a couple little things like that, but whatever. Rat. I am the rat. I am the rat. Rat. Why do you keep popping out, man? Oh god, the toilet. Someone clogged the toilet. Oh my god. A rat spawned in the plunger and got plunged by the plunger. Wait, no, they didn't. Mario was the plumber once. This is true. This is true. Gotta recharge my oh! Whoa! Oh shit. Ding 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 ding. That reminds me of that one Dark Souls meme. He's got the cone for a head. Oh great, look at this dumbass werewolf. He just put himself into a position where he can't get out. God, what is wrong with Now look at him. He's trying to discover where he can go, which is why he's spamming the pink little squares. Goodbye. The game didn't reset. It says there's 2 players. I think that's because we went into the editor mode, the different mode to look out. Teleport them if they get stuck. I think they should just fly off the map and explode and turn into fireworks, honestly. You know what? You don't belong here. They should become confetti. I actually don't know how we can necessarily fix that. Like, I feel like that could be a really complicated situation. We do need to add some death states to the enemies as well. This is done, though. Give money for certain tasks. Yes. Yes. Okay. Slowly but surely, things are being thinned out. The needs testing list needs a lot. We need to really do a playtest ASAP to determine all of these. The quota rework is a very big task. We should put this in progress, and we should probably work on this soon. Start coming up with some subtasks for this. How's my back, by the way? It's better. It's better. Definitely not like... I still gotta do some like muscle workouts for my back, but I think it's a bit better. Stretching, I think, has helped. Stretching more. I know where you're going with this. You're not concerned. I'm saving my channel points. Yes, for when I add a 100,000 channel points reward to get access to the closed testing of train rot. Of surely, yes. This is how you do market manipulation. If you'd have one more S in that surname, I would have assumed you were Danish or Swedish. It's because I am partially Danish. Dansk. Although I don't speak Danish, though. That language is impossible to speak. You have to be drunk to speak that language. How much? Like percentage-wise? I don't know, like 40%. We joke that Danish is drunk skansk. Skansk? 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 No, I've heard my father speak in Danish. Something about it doesn't sound right. It just doesn't sound right. Something's not right. Something ain't right with that language. That shit ain't right. It's funny hearing it. You cannot make out any words at all. Like there's no such thing as words. It's just one continuous sentence. It's just there's no spaces. They've got a single word for literally everything. I don't know. It's just like French. No, not really. French has spaces Swedish is a dubbed language. Both Norwegians and Danes understand, but Swedes can't understand Norwegian nor Danish. That's very interesting. And kind of backwards. Hold on, I gotta clear my nose. And I also gotta do my little stretch. I'll be right back. All right. No merchant grunting in my right ear. Her. All right. Let's figure out the next task. The next piece of the puzzle. The quota rework would be a really good idea. What would I have to do to get this going? Do I do multiplayer through blueprints only? Currently, I only know how to do replication through multiplayer. But I do need to learn how to get some of it going in C++, because it does seem like there's some benefits to doing it in C++ as well. Like how onRep is done differently and whatnot. Ugh. Hmm. Is this a good improvement? I think it is versus the current system. Should we somehow still keep the fuel capacity in some way? The speed of the train is just a visual indicator of the overall health based on maintenance tasks. I see. So we are keeping the speed of the train in, but it's all based on the maintenance tasks. What does more fuel capacity give to the player? That's the thing. The fuel capacity, I don't really know if we need anymore, because we basically delete it. Right now, how it currently works is fuel capacity determines also the speed of the train. That then adds every tick to the progress of your route. So that's the current system. The future system instead will have a certain number of quota fuel that you need to feed into the train to then dock into the station, essentially. So much more reminiscent of the quota systems that are in a lot of friendslop games, rather than a set amount of time that you have to basically just do things on the train, which I feel like is not a great system. So the fuel capacity doesn't really play a part in that, to be honest. The player beats the level faster with more fuel capacity. In the future system, this I don't think has any impact. It would just be you feed a bunch of shit into the engine, and then you make sure that you don't have any maintenance tasks, like anything on the train fucked up. Because anything that's fucked up on the train increases your required quota. So you basically want to keep everything running. Fuel capacity is just the same as the route progress. In the current system, no, but in the future system, basically. Because, yeah, the fuel capacity doesn't really have... I don't really know if there's any benefit to... Like, I think this console, which is one of the tasks here, we'd probably delete this console entirely. Like, this wouldn't be here. Because I just don't think there's any... There's no real use to it being there. Will there be a scoring for each level? Each, as you increase the route, I think the route quota requirement will go up. What if the engine had a burn efficiency that changes how much is needed? Maybe upgrading the engine? I had an idea where one of the tasks that could be fun to increase the efficiency of all the items that you're putting in. You have to like tweak knobs in here and make sure that they're at the highest efficiency. So as you feed the engine, you want to keep an eye on all this stuff. I'm thinking we could do something like that. Maybe higher fuel capacity can increase rewards. So when you're low on fuel, the world turns to 10%. I just don't know. Like, one idea is the fuel capacity goes down on its own, and every time you feed things into it, it raises the capacity back up. If it gets too low, maybe bad things happen. So you want to consistently feed the engine? I don't know. I don't know if this is going to have any part in the game anymore. I don't want to over, like, complicate the whole fuel system either. Like, I think what we could do is maybe rename the fuel capacity to fuel efficiency. We could rename it to fuel efficiency instead. And then this could be that bar we were talking about where it's like you gotta like manage the engine a little bit and twist the things around and whatnot. What the hell? Make the player think they need to fuel it and then nothing happens. Basically nothing. Well, you do need to put the fuel into the furnace, right? That's kind of the quota system, essentially. Yeah, I think... Can you put enemies into it instead of fuel? I'll probably make it so if you do end up killing an enemy, then definitely we should make it so you can use them as fuel. Definitely. Wait, can I climb up on the plunger? Yep, this is something I can do in the game. Just climb up the plunger. Use it as a ladder. It's, I think, a bit buggy in multiplayer. And by a bit, I mean it's very buggy in multiplayer. Also, it's a bit buggy in general. I don't know what the fuck happened to it. Can I climb up on this? It's so funny. Because the synchronization is something about the stickiness. There's a bunch of bugs that I just need to figure out. When it gets stuck to something, especially when it gets stuck to something that moves. When it gets stuck to something that moves, it you know, yeah. And then if I try to remove it, we just have to fix those issues. Once we fix those issues, everything should be just fine. Yeah, everything should be just fine. Possibly. I guess we could figure out the quota system right now. We'd have to make a lot of changes to the system. I think this we'd delete. Or just not do anything with it. Yeah, exactly, base heater. I don't think the fuel capacity has anything to it. I think instead it's going to be more like fuel efficiency. Like how much how effective is the fuel that we're feeding in, and then we can make that a whole like little mini game type of thing. And then we can try to fuck around with that as our design. But I think I would probably, I think maybe delete this whole control panel altogether. Or maybe I just leave it there and we just who fucking knows what's going on with that thing. Maybe maybe it'll just be an exact same number as the quota. It'll just be the exact same number. Just in a different spot. Push. Then we can do that. The fuel capacity is how much you need to complete. So, one big difference. This is all one big mesh. We're gonna have to change that. I think we're gonna have to turn it into a widget. As much as I didn't want to do a widget for this, I think we do have to turn the that into a widget. Skull? Yes, this is the game I'm working on. It's great so far, thank you. How long have you been working on it? I think it's been like 4 or 5 months now. I think 4 to 5 months. I think we're nearing the 5-month mark. I believe. Shovel. So I think the best items that preview the best are the ones that are upright. I think it has to be upright as well. So we might be able to do that. Possibly. Am I making all the systems and assets myself? I wouldn't say all the assets. My partner's working on some modeling as well. Just recently put in a bunch of her models in. Oh shit, I gotta fix the normals on the top of the energy drink. I forgot about that. Yeah, okay. Someone remind me about that. In fact, I'll maybe fix that very soon. In fact, I could maybe fix that right now. But for example, the monitor I modeled myself. Soon though, I'm probably gonna be buying a few marketplace assets to use as bases for the some of the monsters though, because I'm not a character artist by any means. What's the game about? Looks like a moving train. It is a co-op survival horror. All of the players are basically employees on a monster train. And your job is to just maintain and keep the train running until you complete your shift. Or well, as long as you survive the entire shift. So that's the current vibe. Does the co-op part already work? Mostly. There's a few things we need to fix with the replication. But a lot of the core stuff works. Development's going fast for this project. Not as fast as I like, but that's okay. I'm okay with it not being super fast. Like, obviously it's not like quick turnaround like a lot of other friendslop games are, where they're like, yeah, I finished it in 3 months. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm gonna keep this shovel for me. Oh shit, we got a shit ton of coal here. So yeah, as you can see, this is basically, anytime you feed anything, it just feeds the fuel capacity. Which I feel like is kind of just lame. It's kind of boring because then all you're doing, you're waiting for the game to complete the route. Which I feel like is not very fun. So I think the quota system should make it so you have more of an impact on the completion state for the game, which then means we can do more, like, I guess players can speed run more often, right? Right now you have no control over the speed. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, get in the furnace. I am a rat. Yeah, whatever, rats. How many people are in your team? I guess technically 2. And then we also have a designer company doing some help with branding and whatnot, and also helping with the employee handbook, which I think should look really nice. So I guess 2 plus contractors, 3. One of them's also helping with music. So, yeah. Every item can have a burn time and burn temperature. Some items will burn longer but less hot, giving the normal speed slash duration. Other items burn hotter but shorter, giving the boost slash speed effect, like a nitro. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do that now that we have it as a quota system. I think what we could do is we could have items that provide a temporary bonus for all of the other subsequent items that you put in. So it like speeds up the furnace, and the furnace has like a buff on it for a period of time. So anything you feed into it has an increased like quota reward. Like we could do that as little stat effects. But $10 for a coffee? Holy moly, inflation's crazy these days. I should probably change the prices of items. My soda is in the ground! Get it out! Maybe once you meet quota, you can skip. The idea is, yeah, once you meet quota, and as long as you're quick enough to press the button to stop, to basically dock at the station, that would be the idea. So then that way, the players have a little bit more control over the duration of the game or the route, rather than the game itself setting the duration, which I feel like I prefer that a lot more, is allowing players to kind of determine the route duration a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of people, when they play a friendslop game, they have a point in time where they like goof off a bit and stuff like that. Every time. Yeah, I feel like with friendslop games, you have a moment where you'll kind of goof off a little bit. So I feel like the game forcefully determining the duration of a route, kind of ass. It's kind of ass. It do be a bit ass. Are there still rats in here? Oh my god. What are you doing in here?
I am the rat.
Can I sell you? I just had an epiphany. Can you get in the... No, you don't cost anything. Did the rat just talk? No. No, he can't talk. Rats don't talk. Are you kidding me? Gaslighting? No. No. Is that the basketball? How did he get over here? Hey, here. You hold on to this for me, will you? Where are you taking Master Splinter? To the sewers. We have pizza to eat. Damn it! Did I stream this when I was earlier in development? I think we've been streaming like a very large majority of the development. So at least on YouTube, I think all of the VODs are there. You should have chat Gamba for the basket. Will he get it in the hoop in under 5 attempts? Let's do a little Gamba. Let's do a little Gamba. That's fun. Let's do this every day. Right, hold on. Let me see if I can remember how to set up a prediction. Little Gamba. Um, how do I set? How do I manage the prediction? Oh, here you go. Submission period, let's do 2 minutes. Hoop in 5 or less attempts. Start prediction. Finally a way to increase my channel points. We gotta stimulate the economy. All right. Time to stimulate the economy. All right, you can predict your channel points. Will I get the hoop in 5 or less attempts? There's a lot of people voting no. A lot of doubters. Someone just put 34k points in no. Holy! What's the ratio for that? What are we looking like for the ratio? Dude, you have a 265x chance if you put in yes. Dump in yes. Put your money in yes. This is not market manipulation. I decided to finally learn character modeling, and I found a decent tutorial for it. Also learned a nice little trick. You got to send me this video, this tutorial you speak of. I put everything I have into yes. You put your whole mortgage is in there. My life saving is on yes. Guys, I take no responsibility. 5 push-ups? Jeez, man. This is a fun way to do some gamba. We haven't had a gamba in forever. The last gamba was if I could fix a bug fix in 5 minutes. All right. Predictions are closed. I think. Hold on. All right. We have a 46 to 54%. All right, here we go. First hoop attempt. Okay, here we go. Oh god, that's so fucking funny. That's what I'm saying.
My pants, I did.
Always gamble, get it twisted.
That's what I am saying.
Do not get it twisted. Go all in. All the doubters get fucked. Ow. Did you catch a link? Let me see. I got it. The thing my problem is I need to figure out how to make like irregular characters, like wolves, etc., not just humans. The way he knew exactly where to aim. Now, if you really want to fuck with us, do a hoop and one attempt gamble after that. I'm now houseless thanks to this. Oh no. Oh no, the down payment is gone. Whatever. You must have been practicing? I haven't. Yeah, whatever, man. Hey, how are you? Here, get in here. You're now the... You're this guy. You live here now. By the way, I think... Hold on, I gotta scroll up. Peak, thank you for the 11 months, by the way. Thank you. Thank you.
I am a rat.
Yeah. You guys are gonna love each other. Constantly talking, saying shit. Jeez. Okay. That was fun. Bunch of people won points, bunch of people lost points. Beautiful balance in all things. Someone just lost all of their life-saving points. You know what's great about that? They can't redeem push-ups, and hell yeah. One less person that can redeem push-ups. Hell yeah. We're so in. Oh, shit. Oh, man. All right. Should we do the quota rework right now? I feel like we should do part of it right now. Not great. It seems there are still enemies of the state in the stream. There are still enemies of the state. We haven't thinned them out yet. There should be a prediction tax. That way we can start removing some points in the economy. Diabolical. I warn you, I have 58k channel points. Did you win the Gamba? Did you participate in the Gamba? Don't be weak. Next time, participate in the Gamba. I didn't? Sad. Okay. Total fuel quota goes up as more maintenance tasks appear. The quota will decrease back to normal when players repair the tasks. Feeding the engine will feed the current quota. Yeah. The speed of the train is just a visual indicator of the overall health based on maintenance tasks. Most likely delete the fuel capacity console altogether. So, we need to do a few things. Let's make a checklist. Delete meshes on the Quota TV mesh. Delete text slash icons in the Quota TV mesh. Create a widget for the new Quota TV. Am I gonna have a character customizer, bean customizer? Yes. Actually, one of the things I'd like to do for the trailer at the very least is make it so you can customize the color of your bean at the very minimum. And that'll at least also get started on figuring out how do we send local information to the server about the customizations that player chose. So that'll be an interesting... I think it's just a basis of there's a rep notify variable that's a struct that contains all of your character customizations that you set. When you launch into the server, you just send your save data to the server, and that sets a rep notify. I think that would be kind of the process. Yeah, maybe. Also unlock special bean patterns for some progression WinX games. Oh yeah, 100%. I had an idea for a minigame. You had a restaurant car, right? You can make players wash dishes. We could do a lot of things, Skyfer. I think that's what's fun about this game, is we can technically do a lot of little mini, you know, interaction games. Like we have the, we've got the, shit, what was it called? The laundromat. We could do a whole little mini game where you got to put clothes and clean clothes and shit. Yeah, a lot of little fun things that we could definitely do. That's kind of the goal, as well, with all of the different, like, all the different places we like put little different mini games. Maybe for the supermarket, it's like clean alleyways or clean the aisles, and then also restock. There could be little moments where you got to restock inventory. The office, one of the screens could have a job on it. You gotta like move an Excel spreadsheet or something. I don't know. We could do something fun / simple. There's also a medical bay in here. Yeah. It'll just become an entire grocery shop simulator in one cart. That's why I find this game to be such a fun idea, because we can do so many things, and then on top of that, like adding content will be so straightforward, because it's like, okay, content can just be add new monsters, add new items, add new cars. We could also add other biomes. There's a lot of potential to like add different kind of replayability and stuff to the game. But obviously the core thing is interacting with stuff fun and satisfying, right? And then while also having to deal with the monsters, right? I think at its core, that's what this game is really about. What is the process of interacting with things? Make it fun and interesting and different for each little interaction. And then the other thing is intertwining that with monsters, right? If I push it. You were spamming that button, huh? You were spamming it. You were like, I'm gonna. Yeah, whatever, man. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. I don't even care. I don't even care. Rebo is fun, but somehow go old fast. It's not easy to prevent. I don't know how you'll tackle this issue. Might be inherent with the friendslop genre. I think the thing is, a friendslop genre is not the type of genre where you're playing like 100 hours of it non-stop. I think it's like one of those things you just kind of like Suit for Hire. You kind of just come back to it and play it once in a while and have a good time with it. I don't know how we'll prevent that necessarily with this game. I like Peak's design in that there's difficulty modes that you unlock each time you beat your highest difficulty, and then the difficulties add like a interesting layer. I think there's definitely a lot of things we could do for that in this game as well. Things like now there's like health for the train, and if the health reaches 0, the entire train explodes, and now you gotta like, there's a little bit more risk and reward to certain things, or, you know, I think there's ways that we could. Ow! Can you decouple wagons? No. No, but you know, we could always make that like a dangerous maintenance task that causes the entire game to, the entire run to fail. Also, badges and cosmetics you unlock with peak or great percussions. Yeah, we were talking earlier about an idea, like, I had a crazy, stupid idea where Station 0, which is basically the lobby, we could, if we had the time and the scope to, make it customizable and upgradable. Literally just to show off to your friends. Be like, hey, look at my nice customized place. I made it look like this, or some shit, you know what I mean? That could be a one way of adding a little bit of replayability. The thing is, though, at the end of the day, that's not really... It's not like adding anything to the gameplay loop, necessarily. We can make it so you can unlock specific types of furniture and colors and stuff, but... That's not really like... It's like a separated thing, right? In some way. It's not like integral to the game. But yeah, we'll see if we ever even do any of that stuff. I definitely think we'll make it so you can unlock special stuff for your character customization. Definitely we could do that. I think that's great. That shows that you can show off to your friends that you did some like really hard challenge or something. Or discovered a really difficult secret to discover or something. I feel like little things like that are great. If someone says the game is not fun, you can just say it's probably not the game, but your friends. Currently, the game is not fun. Let's be real. In its current state, there's not enough here to be fun. I think we need a lot more maintenance tasks in the rooms. We need to like fill out more of the cars. The quota system needs to be more integrated. The maintenance tasks need to be more integrated into the game. Monsters. There's a lot of little goody stuff that we haven't done from a polish standpoint that kind of really make horror. Adding music and sounds and little things like that. Krim, I suck at any biological modeling. Listen, man, it's just practice makes perfect, right? You haven't seen the library wagon? Oh yeah, this bad boy's been in for a while. Oh, hold on. I'm currently dealing with a mean individual. This is the library. It's got a very cool vibe to it. I know someone working on my friendslop game. I'm actually not that great at making AI behaviors. It does kind of suck that I went from one game that like required very difficult AI to yet another game that requires difficult AI. It's difficult to implement and create. I really keep putting myself in bad situations, huh? Suit for hire decor? No, I made my own paper model for that one. But it is very suit for hire, huh? The library looks even spookier during nighttime. Nighttime it looks even spookier. Do you have noise detection when you sprint slash do loud noises? There is a noise system. I just have not implemented it with everything yet. So that's just a basis of just hooking up the functions in. But definitely we will make it so running produces noise. Coffee. What's the chances that we don't have a library? You know there's people who conflate NPC AI behavior with actual AI? Yeah. Listen. The adults are talking. We don't need to have any of that mojo on us. Uh-oh. There's 2 employees. There's one right over there. One of the werewolves just fell off the map. How do I know? There's a bunch of pink dots everywhere. There he is. He's created it. Look at him. Look at the pathway he's created. Yeah, the library looks really cool when it's really dark. Is he still falling? Yeah. What is constantly opening and closing the door? Oh, I gotta fix the staircase in here. No, the rats can't open the doors anymore. We fixed that. We changed that. I think there's a monster stuck. Ah, there's 2 monsters stuck inside of each other. Zip, 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 zip. Aha! There we go. We do have the chandelier swaying. And the train does move around, just not on the inside necessarily. We do have it swaying on the outside though. I just have to fix a couple variables because now we changed everything to be like separate meshes. So I think I disabled it for the time being. We're gonna have to change all that stuff. Yeah, the library looks pretty spooky at nighttime. We are stuck in a tunnel because our speed of the train is 0. So this would look a lot nicer if maybe we were moving forward. Wow, how does this hallway look when you got a monster chasing you? Yeah, you know, he's kind of spooky. Uh-oh, I'm not cranking it. Oh my god. Get us out of here. Yeah, we need to make it so the train's speed is only affected by the maintenance tasks. Yeah, whatever. Wait. Oh. Guys, I gotta put you in the train. Listen, you need to get in the engine. Get in the engine. We need fuel. I'm pretty sure you guys provide fuel. It's in your system. Get in the engine. Gotta put the record player in. What if PETA sees this? Oh, trust me, there's a lot of other issues in this game. There are many other issues in this game. We gotta put the door in the thing. Rip the door off! Hugs like Patrick Star when he sees you. Why specifically Patrick Star? All right. Yeah, the quota system. Okay, well, let's get started with the number one thing, which is... Well, actually, we don't have to make it a number. It could still be a mesh.
Shit my pants, I did. Mmm. Huh? Mm.
T-Nam, thank you for the prime. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hmm. Wait, why is the render resolution 60%? Shouldn't it be 70? Oh, we set it to 60. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be 70. Hey, Jovix. How's development going so far? It's going okay. I think. You almost said the number? What number? 69? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, how do we want to do this? Do we want to make the quota requirement a physical number or just a bar? Because if we do just the bar, then we can keep what we have right now. We should just, let me see, which file is this in? Please tell me I can edit this as text. Oh, no, oh no. This would need a lot of edits to work though. In its current state. Okay, so I guess we can change the TV later. We can change the TV later. I guess what we can do right now. Feeding items go towards generate a required static quota variable every route. Okay. Okay. So these two things I think should already work. Make speed of train based on maintenance tasks. Yes. Okay. So. Right. So. We're going to make quite a few changes here. We're going to make quite a few changes. So we're going to go to the game state, because that's where all of this stuff happens. The train state tick. So the train speed... we are going to remove that for now. We'll keep that at 1. Fuel amount, we will leave that there. Fuel amount, we'll leave that there. In fact, is fuel amount a 0 to 1 value? Close all this garbage, whatever. So let's see here. Files, let's go to the structs. We need to specifically find the train state. Fuel amount starts at 100. Okay. Minus 0.3. How many times does this get called? I want to say every 0.1 seconds? Every second. Okay. So fuel amount, path progress, path distance, route index. So I think we're going to change all of this. I think we're going to change fuel amount. I like that the screens are all CRTs. It's got a bit of an old style fashion to it. Okay, so I think we're just going to delete all this right now. For now, we'll just delete all of that. Train speed. It's dividing them by 100 and then multiplying it by 1500. We are just going to leave this at 1500, which I think is the number. How's the project going? We're doing a big rework of a mechanic, which should hopefully improve things a bit. So everything's broken right now, technically. Everything currently is broken. Yes. So we can make it so fuel amount, we should turn fuel amount into, so here's what we're going to do. We'll move that up here. We'll call this quota progress and then quota requirement. Train health will stay there, train speed stays there, path distance, I don't really know what the fuck the path distance is doing, man. If anything. This shit, we could delete this, to be honest. Is the great quota restructuring upon us? Yes, we're in the progress right now. In the process, we are doing these two tasks. Okay, before we move on, let's rerun this because we've changed a bunch of variable names, which is probably going to break a lot of code. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. I'm fine. Is there another person spamming the Discord server? Oh, they were banned. Oh, that was quick. Ah, that was quick. Bing, boom, bing, boom, bing. Make backups of your projects. No, you're gonna make me refresh this shit. Oh, come on. Load station 0, quota requirement 0, quota progress 0. Okay. If the quota progress is more than equal to the quota requirement, add fuel to the train. Sure, we'll keep the name of add fuel to train. This is going to be the quota progress plus amount. Sets the member of the quota progress. Path progress. If quota progress is more than or equal to quota requirement. Teleportation. Quota progress will be equal to the quota requirement okay, that's everything fixed here. Okay, where can I do a project-wide sweep of this? I once had a guy in my Discord server get hacked and they started sending everyone invites to a gold buying program. Just assume anytime someone randomly messages you out of the blue, asking you to play a game or literally do anything else, they were most likely hacked, unfortunately. So this is the quota progress divided by the quota requirement, I believe. Okay, the rail sound is the train's speed. Which I believe we've set to 1. Temporarily now, yes. This is just permanently 1. Oh wait, no, that's 0 for this one. You got a Bluetooth? That one's okay. Let's look at the main engine. This one is also okay. Furnace main. Uh-oh. This is checking for the fuel amount. And it's setting a static mesh. Ah. So this is, again, basically just... I have been doing that correctly, haven't I? Yes. Sorry, that got a little out of hand. Sorry, that got a little out of hand. Okay, this one's fine, I think, because it's just reading from the route index. Then we've got the player character. It's checking the pressure, which I believe only reads from the speed of the train, which is not a problem for us, because it is now just 1 for now. Okay. So, as I... Oh, there we go. Guys, it would appear things are still broken. Function onRep currency called from onRep currency should not be called from a blueprint. It just works. Wait, what? All right, how much is broken in the game? Let's see. Route to station 0. Okay, good. Nice. Fuel capacity 0. Okay, good. What the? We were immediately placed in... How do you code without like 50 blueprints open? You know. I'm just that good. Oh, you know what? Let's just set the train speed to the train speed. Wait, do I even need a... Do we even need this tick anymore? Do we even need this anymore? Guys, I'm starting to think we don't need this anymore. Okay, so when we start the game, the tunnel should not be moving towards us, because we're at a train speed of 0. Okay, good. Fix that issue. Next up, when we start a game, I think we have to set our quota requirement value. We haven't done that, so that's why we instantly appeared at the station, because we just reached the quota. So, here's the idea. Where's begin route? Multi-start next route. Okay, but where is the server call for this? It's not in here. I'm stupid. It would appear I'm extremely stupid. I am not very smart. Is this really a multicast call? Wait, no fucking way. Where is the part where we start the run? What? Huh? Oh, we have a binding for the new route started, but that just spawns the monsters. Hey, Krim, for the following redemptions, could you count your push-ups in a Yoda voice? And he redeemed just one word for the Yoda voice.
Please. 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 Please.
Without redeeming push-ups.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Does Yoda ever say a number in any of the movies? UE4 now rocks? What's in UE4? What did they do? What did they do to the UE4? So this is kind of awkward. It's doing a multicast call rather than a server call. Okay, here's what we can try to do. Sass was supposed to do the push-ups, but you blocked them. You guys wouldn't be able to even hear the numbers. I'm not doing the numbers. Listen, you can't combine two redemptions together. Oh. Yeah. Scream them out. Yoda's loud. When's the last time you saw Yoda being loud? He's not loud. He is not loud. This is weird. But whatever. So we'll set the quota requirement to 100. Let's see if that works. This is a very poorly coded system. Aha. Well, now it works. Only problem is, are there enough items on the train to do a quota requirement of 100? Do we just say fuck it and just put a number and hope for the best? Well, the quota system works now. Technically. Obviously, it's going to need a lot of work. Such as calculating how many items are even on the train. And how much quota we can even squander. Is I think the word I'm looking for. Can you make a throw button that'll throw a held item forward? Oh, you mean this one? You mean the one that's in the game? So let's see if we fill this up, if it'll work. Dude, you need to fill this shit up with so many items. Live coding is still so bad. Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with live coding. It's so buggy. That's a werewolf. Is he stuck? He's just not moving around. Did I break something? Now he's working. Did I... Okay, by changing this quota system, did I suddenly break the monsters now? Don't tell me I broke them now. The employee's moving around. Now the werewolf is That werewolf be confused, man. He's a confused kind of guy. Oh yeah, you can't pick that up. Okay, now that we have a quota system, it is quite apparent how annoying it is to run back and forth in the train to get stuff. It is much more apparent now. It was already apparent. I already knew that this would potentially become a problem. But now it's really a problem. Honestly, I'm mentally prepared to remove the quota system. I'm kind of mentally preparing myself. So, I believe we just almost picked up all the items on the train, and we're not even complete the route. We might have to lower the minimum, at least for testing. Did I use a safe plugin for Sufar, or did I make something myself? I made something myself, but it was kind of shit. What about an object which adds like a personal teleporter? You can place an item in the cart and teleport back to it on a shorter cooldown. We could do that. We'd have to make the quota. I think what we'd have to do is make it so the quota starts out small. Yeah, our main problem right now is just running back and forth on the train. Kind of a pain in... It's just not... I think it should be a mix of a smaller quota. And then we need to put the maintenance tasks in. So then that way there's a mix of gameplay of grabbing items with a small amount of excess. So right now we're grabbing everything we can to fill up this quota right now. And then, yeah, I think it should be a mix, realistically. We could always have items be sent in a chute, some sort of like chute system. Certain trains can have like that chute system that we were thinking about that gets sent to the front of the train. Bad luck. We got bad luck. This is bad luck. Three slot inventories can carry more than one item. Well, we have a 6-slot inventory currently. Physics bin you can put stuff into. Yeah, I guess we could follow Repo's footsteps and have a whole like bin that you could put shit into. Drag that around. I would rather not have to deal with that because we kind of tried to do a little bit of that here with this shit. And it is very buggy, as one could imagine. Stop that. You're welcome. Yeah, I think the better idea, what we could do, I think I like the idea of a chute. Because then you just feed a bunch of items, throw it into the chute, add a cooldown to the chute, and then that way you at least sent the items to the front of the train, but you still have to run to the back of the train at some point too. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? That could help. We do a whole chute system. And maybe the cooldown is for all of the chutes throughout the entire train. So it's like if you have one friend in one cabin and someone uses the chute, it's like, oh, you gotta wait until the item gets to the front or whatever. Yeah, we could follow that structure. Yeah, that's big problem number one now. Is yeah, having to run back and forth to fill up the train. Not a fun time. We also need to spawn luggages across the train as well. So those need to be put into the spawn generator. That'll be good. Yeah, I like the idea of item chutes. I think that'll be a good system. Was this environment created from blockout/textures? Did I slap some assets together? I probably have like a shit ton of screenshots showing the entire like evolution of this room. Screenshot 1, the very beginning. Yeah. Do I use C++ in my projects or only blueprints? I have a bit of C++. I got a bit of C++. How are you doing, Faye? Yeah. So this was how it looked way back. Now it looks like this. Added a bunch of stuff. Obviously added a lot of material work to it. How long so far has it been in project? The beginning of the project? Like 4 months? 4 or 5 months, I think. Another little evolution of this space. We got the side job board. Changes up some of the colors a little bit. This is the library. The progress on the library. This is the storage area kind of thing. Employee handbook. Office. The computer. A computer. A computer. Snowpiercer the series vibe, especially on the library. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some inspiration from Snowpiercer for sure. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, big design problem. The quota is cool and all. We'll have to attach the maintenance tasks in. I think the big problem is running items back and forth is kind of fucking pretty, like, shit. Put a little robot helper you can say bye to the deposit zone. I'm thinking we reuse a form of the why is there a motherload _0? Why is there 2 of them? We reuse this system. My button's gone. What happened? Guys, the buy shop box for some fucking reason has been reset to location 0. Hey, thank you, Unreal. Good job. Thanks. Totally wanted that. Thanks. Yeah, cool. Love that. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you, Sweeney Tim. Starts blaming the most randomest things. Okay, that's fixed. Well, now the cell box also needs to be fixed. It would appear the box itself has resized itself somehow. I literally have no idea how this happened. I guess. Okay, sure, fun. I love when stuff like that happens. You just lose progress randomly because an asset had to be recompiled. Like, what? All right. Finally got my project working. MCP is quite awesome. What's MCP? Do you have any footstep sounds to recommend or a pack? I don't know. I get most of my sounds from like different sources. That's not the thing I wanted to do. Like Boom Library, I'm sure has like a bunch of footstep sounds. Okay, so that's still there. Can I still sell stuff? Let's check. Okay, good. That was so weird, dude. Let's do mother load real quick. Can I still buy things? Yes. It's in the right spot. So the idea is we reuse this system, but it's scattered across the entire train. And it'll probably be hidden underneath the train. Some sort of like pipe item deposit system. And you can like deposit items and it'll send it to the front of the train. So I'm thinking like underneath here, you'll see like orange pipes connect and then like maybe the items all get spit out somewhere in here at the front. Would that be a solution to the problem? You determine where the items should be sent to, or will they just land in the engine car? I think they would just be sent to the engine car, sent to the front of the train. Right? I feel like that makes sense. What if you could teleport with it? I feel like the item system would... The item sending system would just be... sending items. So then that way there's a... You know, you still have a personal risk of being at the back of the train. But at least you don't gotta keep running back and forth, right? Instead you're sending items. Which I feel like would be a solution, right? And we could just make that a base core thing in the game, I guess. What are the chances players don't realize that that's a system and then they complain about the fact that there's a lot of running back and forth, though? We'd have to tutorialize that. Otherwise, I have a feeling people might complain about it. Can you run us through? Could you run us through how do you make specific sounds for the surfaces? Shit, man. For like footstep sounds? It's a line trace, and then it reads from the physics object, and then it's a huge array that determines what it goes through. So it matches the physics asset, or not the physics asset, but the physics type, which you set up in UE to an array. I don't really know if there's a better way of doing that, to be honest. Yeah, like a pneumatic tube. I think that might be our best bet to resolve the issue of players having to run back and forth. Now, of course, we add a cooldown to sending items, so if one of your friends is in a different train car and they already started using it, but you were about to use it, then you have to wait a few seconds. Or wait like 10 seconds, which I feel like is okay. And in that 10 seconds, you know, something wrong could happen, like a monster appears or something. And I think there was at one point someone mentioned the idea of like, sometimes the pneumatic tube can break, and then there's a maintenance task for it. And then that would be great too, because then you there's more like incentive to fixing that specific task. Maybe the shoot input is in the center of the train. We could maybe select the input spots for sure. You need it animated for full effect. That would be pretty funny. It's like you're like in the train suddenly running by, and then you see the pipe just, and you hear like ding, 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 ding. I was thinking we run the pipe underneath the train so you don't like see it. But yeah, it would be pretty funny to see like actual the actual item running through. Yeah, it would be cool to see it running through. Vote on it? Hey, what? Hey, what the hell? What do you mean vote on it? What do you think this is, a democracy? The only problem is I don't want to have to place that fucking pipe across the entire game. Like every area would need that pipe. Yeah, I'm thinking we just put it underneath the train. And then we'll have it like stick out here, and you'll see like a pipe stick out. And then maybe you'll see it right underneath here. So then all of the train cars have that pipe. Okay, I like that idea. What do we call that though? We need a task for that. The property transfer system. I think just calling item transfer system. The ITS. I wish I could call it IRS. But I think IRS is trademarked. Unironically, I'm pretty sure it's trademarked. Pneumatic pipe system to send items to the front of the train, reducing the amount of running back and forth that players need to do. Short cooldown is placed in all input areas when used. Okay. My internet went down. I didn't hear if you had any good sound effects. Dude, I don't know. Like, I use different places. Boom Library probably has a whole pack for footsteps, I'm sure. Just, I don't know how varied they are. Let me see. Do they have a footstep pack? I would assume they do. I feel like that's such a, like a common thing in the sound effect world. Where are they at? I feel like they added a few. That's it? Wait, they don't have it. Oh, wait, hold on. They loaded some more stuff. Ah, Visual Foley Artist Footsteps. I don't have this pack though, I think. $379 dues. Ouchie. The most gigantic footstep collection available. Oh yeah? Let's see. Foley Steps Boots. Virtual Artist Walking, Running, Parquet. Parquet? Parquet? Sand, wood, shoes, leather, sneakers, gravel, snow, paddle, high heels, dress, concrete, metal. Yeah, I guess they do got a little bit of everything. I have those? You got these? It's like, it's so funny. It's epic music in the background for some stupid reason. It requires Contact Synth. This product requires a full version of Contact. What? I know about the... Yeah, it's just you don't cut it out. Why does it require Contact, though? That's kind of silly. That's stupid. Because, like, how many people are going to have Contact? Like, my Boom 1 pack has footstep sounds, but... Short cooldowns placed in all input areas when used. Okay, cool. So this is pretty core, I would say. I'm thinking we'll just copy the mesh here and we'll just start laying out some of the shit here just so it's there. So let's go to the levels folder. Just ordered a mignon. Breakfast time? Like a mignon, as in like a filet mignon? Isn't that like the most expensive cut of steak? This motherfucker's rich. Yeah, this motherfucker's rich. No? It sounds a lot like you're rich. Are you gonna share with the class? Wagyu is the most expensive? Isn't filet mignon, though, like the second grade most expensive, though? Here in Brazil, mignons aren't expensive, though. I see. I thought filet mignon is really expensive. I'm not a steak kind of guy. I'm not a steak connoisseur. Am I really about to have this fucking thing in the center? I was thinking I had it on the side, but the thing blocks it, which really is annoying. That's cool though. It's got a cool look to it. Okay, so this means dude, that's not in the right spot. That's not even in the right spot. All of these trains are in like an awkward place. Okay, great. Whatever. It's fine. You don't even see these. Is this the vacuum pipe? Yeah, it is just a vacuum pipe. This do be the vacuum pipe. If the train gets rotated, the vacuum pipe goes in the wrong spot. So we gotta put it in the center? Oh. Did I do the trains in Blender or Scythe? The trains I did in Blender. Because that was before I started using Scythe. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to move these to Y0. Yep, we gotta put it in the center, guys. We gotta put it in the center. What the hell is Scythe? It's a cool ass plugin. Oh, this isn't even being used anymore. We could probably delete that. Would you have liked to done them in Scythe though? Maybe parts of them? Interiors, I'm going to definitely do in Scythe. The exteriors, we need to edit a little bit because we do want to make some of the trains taller. Well, I don't know. I was thinking about it yesterday. We have some of the roofs that are already taller. I think we're going to keep the height where it's at, but the ones that have a second floor, we'll raise them up ourselves. I feel like that's more than fine. No, don't make that writable. You're going to kill me. And then the main engine, make sure we place this at 0. Yeah, it's like an in-engine modeling tool. Very, very intuitive and fun to use. Still in alpha, but very promising. Very, very promising. Okay, let's see how that looks when we generate the train. See how those pipes look when we generate the train. Well, I guess. It's complicated. Yeah. Bomb. Employee. Eh. It's very close. They're very close to each other. Shit. Am I gonna have to fix that for all of these? Don't I have a number for that? I forgot what it was though. Let's go train main engine plus negative 3220. Negative 3220 divided by 2 is 1610. Negative 1610. Is that our number? I know, it's potato code. You don't gotta tell me. 1610. So that should be the exact amount. Ouch, my OCD. Yeah, get used to it. This is just how I do things. I've stopped being so meticulous about numbers and stuff. Are we making a pipe for the player to crawl through? No, this is for the items to go through. This will be the items. It'll be like an item transfer system. Isn't that what we called it? What did we call it in the Trello? The item transfer system, the ITS. The item transfer system. Okay. This should now be a little bit more, you know, accurate. Moment of truth. Perfect. Flush. Like all things should be. It's slightly too low. Whatever. Fuck off. It's not flush. Whatever, man. Here, it's flush. It's heckin' flush, man. I don't like how it's in the center, though. But we have to make it in the center because we randomize some of the trains by rotating them by 180 so that they seem a little bit more random. If we do it in a non-center, it won't work. So, stuck in the center. It's cool, though. It adds like a cool little look to it. That's fucking OCD. My OCD! He can't see through the glass. It's not real. The glass isn't real. Glass isn't real. Didn't, that one actor's son say something about that? You can't see me. I'm not moving. See? How can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't? Exactly. God, you're spitting. Uh-oh. There's Jaden Smith. Oh, okay. How can our eyes be real if mirrors aren't? I flipped it around. I flipped it around. Ow! What the fuck? Oh, the ladder pushed me. Can you hold the door closed, preventing AI to follow? Yes. Yes. As a matter of fact, you can. The goal for that is we're gonna make it so when they try to open the door, your stamina gets eaten away, and 0 stamina will make you drop the it'll make you drop the uh-oh. It'll make you drop the door, basically. Goodbye. Can't do anything. Now you're... He's mad. Stay mad. Ow, he hurt me. Even though he literally did not even... Spank him? That's crazy. You did not just say that. Mods? He did not just say that. You can't just be saying shit like that, man. I think... I want to see what the shovel looks like if we make it facing up in the... But then I don't think it would be able to generate in most spaces because it's fucking stupid. Our system is not very smart. I think what we got to do for the icon is make it so we can change the rotation of it in the icon capturing thingy. What chair do I own? It's a chair. Yeah, Miller, like the beer. Back pain 2000. Well, only if you sit in it incorrectly, which I do. Why gaslighting? It's a Herman Miller, yeah. Is a Herman of Miller. You rich? I guess. Sure. Rich with problems. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, my neck. It's getting that time to make another coffee. When are we getting Crimson's Fantasy? Brother, when are we getting Ronin? That's a real question. The real question is, when are we getting Ronin? That's a real game. Hell yeah. My old cheap chair gave me static electrocution shocks. Electrocute shocks. I felt like I sit in my chair all day long, probably more than 10 hours. I probably should have a good chair to facilitate my... So I bought it. Also, though, I think it's also about having a good work-life balance. Which, on that note, I'm going to stand up. Would I say that the Aeron is worth it? Honestly, dude, if you can find a comfortable chair that fits you and your body form and everything for like maybe $400, like a good ergonomic chair. Like, dude, my other chair was fine. I was like, okay, I'll try something different. Is the Herman Miller worth $2,000 or whatever fucking number it was? I don't remember now. Up front, I don't feel it, but people say the price is in how long the chair lasts. So, yeah. I don't know. That is up to you. You know what I mean? If something is worth it or not. It comes down to you, I feel like. But I don't know. It's just... When I first got it, I will admit, I wasn't like 100% impressed. Hello, I'm back. Hello, Jackson. What is this game called? It's called Train Rot. Unless the game that you're seeing on the right here, that's Sued for Hire, my released game on Steam. But this game that we're currently working on is called Train Rot. My partner already turned on my coffee machine. Hey, hell yeah. W partner. Are there any whale form chairs? This Herman Miller is technically actually weighted for like, I forget what the weight profile is for it. This is like the heaviest one because my height, I probably could have gotten a medium size, but I had to get large because I'm 6'4". I bought a wheeled office chair from a German office equipment supplier for like $100. It lasted 10 years until there was no issue and soft decision. Yeah, exactly. So like, I honestly think you don't need to spend the amount of money I spent on this chair, which I don't fully remember how much it was. I guess that's how privileged I am now. I really just, take it from me. I feel like if you don't have like, I feel like you could just get a better chair. Or I feel like you could also get secondhand chairs, which I feel like are much cheaper. Calm down with the flex. No, I genuinely don't remember how much it was. It was on sale. I got it on sale. There's no fucking way I would buy this chair if it's not on sale. You fucking kidding me? You kidding me? Yeah, I honestly think you could probably get a better office chair for cheaper. I got a $600 executive office chair for $90 because an office supplier was going out of business and they had to clear inventory. Yeah, if you can find an office that's clearing inventory, they'll sell that shit for cheap. They don't give a fuck. Bro buys a 3K sound pack and then buys a chair on sale. Holy moly, that thing blew up. Well, dude, I'm investing in myself and the business company and the company and the business and the company and myself. Company. I am part of the company. I am the company. I am part of the company. Invested in you air purifier too. I feel like air purifiers are a fucking scam. Unless you live in an area where you like really need it. Even humidifiers are like, I don't know. I feel like I've had a humidifiers on for a while and that shit like doesn't really help. I feel like you got to get like a big humidifier. But then on top of that, you're constantly buying distilled water. And that fucking sucks balls too. No, I think the air purifiers have helped. You know, we'll have moments where we were like, just this morning we cooked bacon and these fuckers went on full blast. And I feel like that I think they do help when you have like big toxins and shit in the air. But I feel like you got to get some of the big ones to really make a big impact, I feel like. These are good ones though. I think. I feel like they've been good, but not like crazy. Are there like 2-in-1s? A humidifier / air purifier? Are those do those exist? What's 6'4" in global scale? I'm like 195 centimeters. The Dyson fans? Do the Dyson fans also do humidifying? That's when it gets more expensive? When you get a Duo? Of course. Of course. Of course it is. Can I share my air purifier? Sure. Absolute unit. Being this tall sucks. I'm gonna be honest. Can I be real with you guys? Air Fanta? Like the drink? What the fuck is that? Dude, this is some like... This is some... It looks like it's an industrial machine. Why does it look like that? It looks like a Why does it look like it's got computer fans on the top of it? What the fuck is this? That's really funny looking. Interesting. You know what would be a good business? No, they probably sue you. To make this look a little bit nicer, like a body, because like I'd have to put this in the middle. Like I'd have to put this in the middle of my room. Or the middle of my like living room. It's literally 4 filters shaped like a box with computer fans. I know. It's funny. Anything Dyson is super expensive. We were looking at Dyson vacuums, and I think I came down to the conclusion that shit is just overpriced garbage. Like who gives a fuck? I think we were gonna buy one just to try it out. And then I was like, dude, who fucking cares? I can't fucking scroll up in my Twitch chat, man. I hate this shit. Yeah, because it works. I wouldn't mind like a body around that, like to make it look a little nicer. A little body around it. Trust me, bro. When I be smelling the air and shit, it be smelling mad pure. Like someone just sanitized everything, bro. Genuinely goated air filter. Trust me, bro. Worth the money. Also talked to the owner and he was pretty sigma. I had a problem with one of the fans and he insta sent me a new one to me. 10 out of 10, bro. Thank you, bro. Heart emoji. When are you gonna do that cooking stream? Hopefully soon. My room smells like a Taiwanese chip manufacturer laboratory. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I can't tell. That doesn't sound like it'd be a good thing. I don't know. Does that sound good to you guys? Anyways, technically purifiers are exactly that box though. Like now thinking about it, it's technically just a big fucking surrounding encompassed space with filters around it, lets air go through it, cleans it, and then brings the air out. That's literally all it is. So technically that box is kind of genius. It's kind of genius when you think about it. All it's doing is taking in air. It has a fan that sucks in air like a computer, sucks it in, and then brings it out. Yeah. Is it worth that price? 230 bucks? Maybe. It depends where you live. There's some places in the world where like air quality is not very good. Like for me, it's okay. Sucks bad stuff, spits good stuff. I think if I were to do an upgrade for an air filter, or an air purifier, I think I'd buy one of those that have a humidifier combined with it. That's probably the only upgrade I would ever make, honestly. What are you drinking? The best kombucha in Canada? If you're in Canada and you ever see this brand, Rise, this shit's fucking good, man. This shit's good. I've had kombucha before that made me want to puke. This one just tastes like good. Like good stuff. It just tastes good. It's like, it's only got 2 grams of sugar. It's a great replacement for soda drinks. People ask if it's a computer server. It does kind of look a little, like, I will say, it's not like a set piece looking kind of air filter. You know, Monk? It's definitely like, it's just for the utility of it. And like, if you really need an air filter in your house because you live in a specific place that maybe the air quality isn't so great, maybe a lot of pollution or whatever, Yeah, hell yeah. What am I drinking? Men's milk. The fuck is... What is he saying? What the hell is he saying, man? All right. We got a bit of our quota system in. We've discovered, obviously, by testing it even just once, that running front to back of the train, which we know we've been doing and knew was an issue, is shit. So, we got to work on the item transfer system now. Can you put overnight oats in the game? Is this a game for Northern Lion? I don't have a planned playtest date. It's just a basis of ready when it's ready. These I need to do technical testing on. I might test them with my partner. Just like we'll go through and make sure they're working on multiplayer and whatnot. We'll see. So we have a technical test, which is doing the technical test and all this stuff, making sure it's like working, at least the basics of it all. An actual gameplay, like proper play test to determine the pitfalls of like the game itself. I don't know when we're going to do that yet. She's still doing modeling? Yeah. Right now she's working on a battery flashlight, a fuel container, and an old rotary phone, which I'm really excited for the old rotary phone. The rotary phone is going to be a rare item that will randomly ring, and I want to do a whole thing where you have a chance of winning an award, like Gamba, or there's a chance the breather ends up on the phone. And the idea with the rotary phone is I want to make it so if you stay on the line with the breather for 30 seconds without hanging up, he doesn't spawn. But if you hang up or move away from the phone before the 30 seconds, then he actually spawns in the world. And then he starts hunting you down. I feel like that would be a cool little gamba. You can choose to ignore the phone entirely. But I think that'll be a fun like item. So that's how I have it planned in my head. Oh, cool, a phone. No! Oh, cool, a phone. Hello? The breather. The breathler. Am I drinking soap? Yeah, it might as well be soap. Yeah, it might as well be. 0.01% chance the rat calls you. It's me, the rat. I am the rat. I am rat. Hangs up. Yeah, I think this will be a really fun item. Really fun item. Any plans for a rare vendor or a rare merchant? We could always like do stuff like that for sure. I think that'd be fun. Treating it like a roguelite at the end of the day, because that's what it is, a roguelite. So having fun stuff like that is always fun. Yeah. 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 Could spawn on the train too. There was an idea for a merchant who pulls up next to you on his own train, but it's like two goblins in the back fucking pumping the train, and they're struggling, but the merchant's at the front like, hey, what are you buying? They're like fucking sweating and shit. And then the other one is the other alternative that passes by is the mafia. And they pull up and they're like, give us 20 quota of items. Or $20 worth of items. And if you don't pay them in time, then they go to the back of the train and they pull up and they drop off a mafioso who has like a fucking Tommy gun. And then he starts running through the train. Tons of potential of things to add for this game. Yeah, that's why I'm excited to just really flesh out the gameplay loop, because then we could just go crazy on like the different cars in the train that then provide different mini games, or different monsters could spawn corresponding to the train. Like for example, the prison could have the cop, or a cop, and he pulls you up and throws you into prison. I would make my character drink all the time if you make that. I am serious, just to make it clear. Okay, all right, okay, we get it. You're an alcoholic. Okay, we get it. You're an alcoholic. All right, relax. Jeez. All right, quota rework. We've got feeding items gets put into a quota variable. Yes, generate required stated quote for every quote. We need to make it so I think 100's too much. We're gonna set the quota requirement to 70. This also might produce a bug. I'm just realizing this might. Not very good. All right. Well, we'll look at that. Yeah, I saw the 10% fucked up vision mode. We're not putting the 10% fucked up vision mode in the game. He's talking about this, for those that don't know. What was it? R.dot anti-aliasing method 4. R.dot screen percentage 10. Listen, man, why would you want this in the game? This shit's all kinds of fucked up. What does it look like when we're moving? Tunnel! You can't even see the rails moving because it's like the temporal fuckery is all messed up. Why is there Vaseline on my eyeballs? It is kind of crazy though what this is capable of doing. Like that's what that actually looks like. Like it's reading data from this and then determining where things are, which is pretty cool. You gotta say, it's pretty cool. I don't remember if this is the right screen percentage. This doesn't look right. Oh, there you go. That's right. At least add it as a secret trust, otherwise I'll make a mode that forces that command for your game. Wait, what does he look like with the fuckery mode? He honestly looks fine. Oh, hell nah, I ain't playing this game. Dude, he's not even that scary looking. Look at his stupid tongue. Look at his intestines sticking out. It looks like a penis. Well, that's what Twitch chat says, at least. Look at his tongue. It's going... You know what I mean? Like, look at him. He stares at us. Look, he's nodding his head. I just... He's not that scary. I honestly think he looks stupid. The point of him is to make you think it's a different player, but in reality, it's this guy. Yo! Get in. Does he eat with his eyes? He eats your eyeballs. First, he eats your eyeballs, one at a time. Show them how the character looks when he zooms into something. What you got there? Doritos? Yeah. What the... Whap! This is what we look like when we go ragdoll currently. It's kind of it's a little fucked up, I will say. Wait, can I still hold on to an object? Oh my god, I can. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. You know, every time we add something goofy to the game, we'll forget about it, and then we'll just see it again. I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna be jam-packed with random stupid shit. Every item might take us 2 days to develop. But every day we develop silly, cute little items, it's progress. Like these stupid-ass rats. Yeah, you are. You're a rat. Yeah. Get in the furnace. How many players per map limit is the current plan? I'm thinking... I think the idea was 8, but we have to test it. We just gotta do testing to determine what the limit's gonna be. Got ourselves a propane stovetop. Let me put that fucker in. Alright, get over here. Do you increase the... No, don't get out of my hands. Yes, dude, and quite a bit too. Alright, get in here. You are fuel. You are not a rat. You are fuel. Get. You are fuel. Rubber ducky, you have rights. You could stay right here. Yeah. Looking good. Looking good. We should make them have a voice line when they need to be put down.
Put me down. Stop. Put me down. Stop it. Ow.
How the hell did you get there? In the engine they go. You are not a rat. They should just say that when they look at you. You are not a rat. Oh shit. All right. Good stream. Thanks for dropping by. We worked a little bit on the quota system. We have to tie the maintenance tasks into Quota system, still. We have to scatter more of these maintenance tasks across the map, because right now most of the maps don't have a big variety. Oh, I'm trying to put the purple in the blue. Am I stupid? What is wrong with me? Yeah. We gotta put the icons on the screen too. You gotta be able to see like what each little error is and what the type is. Yeah, we need some symbols for that. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, anyways, I'm hungry. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna grab something to eat. I don't even know what I'm gonna eat. What the hell am I gonna eat? I think there's food in the fridge. I'll see you guys on... It's Friday today, right? I'll see you guys on Monday. I'm gonna be working on Suit for Hire this weekend. A wee bit. Yeah. You guys want to know something I saw? I got one of my latest tweets has 6-7 likes. I'll see you guys on Monday, or unless you hate the shit out of me, I guess I'll not see you again. All right. Yeah, great. Great. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for lurking, chatting, zinging around. I'll see you on Monday.